Alright, so there is no specific context to today's video really outside of the fact that I missed you guys. It's been a very heavy 3 weeks of busy engagements that kept me off doing videos and that. So let's kick it off by what's on the wrist today. This is the HMT Janata. This is a 60 years old Indian brand, apparently very well known in India. Very reliable movement from my month use. This is truly a vintage charm. I threw this red leather strap on it, this foxy red, right, just to give it a much more playful twist to match the second hand. I love it, right? It's easy, it's in the affordable tier. We're not talking about high-end luxury here at all, and it just goes the length to tell you that watch collecting doesn't really have to be expensive. Enjoying the hobby could be anything that speaks to you. Sometimes you come across these odd pieces, sometimes you know nothing about them and you're educated by someone and they're just fun, right? So I had this on the wrist for the past month and I'm absolutely loving it. Watches of Wonders. This year, I'm happy to say that I will be there. I'll be attending the first day of the show. If you see me, do stop by and say hi, and I hope I can be of help, inshallah, in any way. Plans are very simple and very different than last year, so I used to spend a lot of time in Rolex. This is not the plan for this year. Of course, I'm excited to see what they're going to release, their amazing innovation and everything they surprise us with every year, you know. But I will quickly glance at it just to see what's there, what's the hype all about, and let's see, maybe there'll be something exciting. In all honesty, where I want to spend most of my first part of the day this year is with Tudor, Vacheron, and Lange Söhne. And from what we've seen for the Black Bay Chronos, Tudor is seducing me. Although almost predictable, you can think of another fresh dial color for the Black Bay Chrono, perhaps a deep green or even yellow, I don't know. That seemed to be the theme and the footsteps so far. Or maybe they'll completely surprise us by slimming the case of the Black Bay Chrono, right? That would be an absolute home run. Now, of course, they'll have other releases next to the chronograph. I am super excited for the Black Bay chronograph, what they have done so far, all these milestones they've achieved. With Tudor there, listen, we spoke about the 5-link Jubilee and they've added that funky dial colors on the Black Bay Chrono. They've done that. I think the only thing with it right now, if they slim the case a little bit, then even get into a much more untapped wrist size. Let's see. But do let me know your thoughts, right? I'm always happy to read your comments. What do you think Tudor will release this year? What changes will they make? And maybe there is leaks if you do know, or if you have some facts, you know, drop the spice in the comments. I would love to go through it. I do have mixed feelings about Lange lately, but I do want to stop by them this year. Of course, one of my favorite brands, one of my absolute favorite brands, let me rephrase, when I got the Lange 1, I was like out of this moon. I still think it's a beautiful watch, and I'm happy I picked it then because the price point was just great. But the issue with Lange and why I'm having these mixed feelings is that I knew them as a brand that kind of listens to their niche communities, but over the past 2 years, I feel like they're taking an different direction, right? So if you speak of iterations and what's new, so it was the Odysseus and put it on titanium and limited to like less people even. There really hasn't been new, you know? And then there is the price point completely out of the roof and less even accessibility, although the demand is less, yet they are in a forward trajectory to keep increasing prices. I am seeing the white gold Odysseus everywhere in the UAE and selling for 19 to 27% below retail. So I feel like there is a gap. I see more Langes in the aftermarket as well. They're not an easy sell because they're just not for everyone, which is unheard of for Lange. The market is speaking, but is Lange listening? That is the question. I think it would be very interesting to see something in steel. I'm not just talking about the Odysseus, but even their classic models like the Lange ones and what's not. I think that would up the demand back up again or put it in its place, and it would speak to most, right? Because for me personally, while I appreciate the Lange 1 that I have in rose gold, I am leaning more towards steel and platinum and things like that. So it would be nice to see Lange listening to their community a little bit and perhaps surprising us this year with something in stainless steel. Nonetheless, I still love the brand. I would love to see more steel options at a better retail price point. With Vacherons, it's vibes before expectations, right? So I love the team, the warmth, and how they activate communities. If there is one brand that knows how to activate watch enthusiast community with fringe events that are specific to different regions, like in the Middle East we have Ramadan, so they do the iftars and what's not. Just there to meet with the team and interact with them because it's always warm and fun. What's on top of all, I feel like what they've done last year, releasing the 222 in stainless steel, was an absolute home run. Who knows, maybe this year a big old historical brand like Vacheron might just finally decide to surprise us with a limited edition 222 or maybe even a different materials. Hold this thought thought for a second and just imagine if Vacheron start playing with titanium, for example, for the 222. Like, think about it for a second and then let me know in the comment section down below what you think. What would that do to the market? Now, outside of Watches and Wonders, this past week, I have been on a mission of rare finds at good prices. I came across this 2014 Piaget Altiplano, simple watch but truly special. It's special not only because it's 38 millimeter, not only because it's about 8 point something thickness, and that speaks to me, but if you look at the dial as well, you know, this is made out of 40,000 years old wood. This is hand engraved, and to me that is very, very special, and I love it even more for the price point. So this is shy of $14,000, while the retail was $56,000. Let me know your thoughts about Piaget. I mean, I don't know, I don't own anything from the brand. I know it's historical, of course, I've been to a couple of their events, but I never really dabbled with any of their pieces in details. I like this Altiplano. I think it's a beautiful watch. This 2014 edition is really, really nice, and the price point as well, it would cost you less than a steel modern sub. I'm also in the hunt for a 2023 Booker limited edition. It's the H. Moser Pioneer Center Second Amber dial. That is a very mouthful name for it, but this is very interesting. Let me just tell you that they're impossible to find because this was a Booker Rare limited edition from 2023. So they've all been allocated, they've all been bought. I came across one in a collector's hand. I absolutely love this watch. I am on a hunt for it. If I do come across one in the secondary market, I'm definitely picking it. I think this Pioneer is interesting because of the dial to begin with, but also the case size. So this is the 39 millimeter case. I know Moser had released something last year, Watches and Wonders, when I met with Bertrand and I tried it on, and this is when I first fell in love with the Pioneer. 39 case size I think should be a unified option across all major watch brands, so I absolutely think it's the right size. And now seeing it on this dial, seeing it on this khaki strap, I would absolutely grab it if I can track one. And lastly, I've always wanted a steel Nautilus, and from what I'm seeing and what I hear locally in the UAE is that this is the lowest price point that you can find them. So that's on one fold. Another fold is that there are these speculations that Patek might call all steel Nautiluses out, and of course, while these are speculations, if that ever happens, that would naturally push the price even higher, right? So perhaps now is the best time to get one if I wanted to get into one. I'm not really sure. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. Do let me know what you think about Piaget and the rare find, and do let me know what you think about Lange's new direction for price points and lack of stainless steel models. Do let me know what you would like to see from Tudor, and if you're around Watches and Wonders this year, stop by and say hi. I'll catch you on the next one. Salam.